What's up, guys? This is GC Off-Road. Today I'm going to be going over some of the gear that I keep in my Jeep. So my Jeep's not a dedicated trail rig. It's kind of a off-road, overland, fishing, hunting, even daily driver. So I like to keep a little bit of everything in it that I may need in, daily driving or off-road scenario. So I've got a wide range of gear that I keep in it. Here you can see I've got one of these Plano Sportsman's trunks. It cost like $25, I think, at Walmart last year when I bought it. So they're pretty inexpensive. And then I've got a backpack up here that I keep some other gear in. We're gonna open this thing up and I'll show y'all some of the gear. So to start with, I've got a set of jumper cables in case my battery goes dead and I need to be jumped off or somebody else does. I recommend keeping recovery straps. This is my actual tow strap. My recovery strap is in the other truck, but I've got two of them. I'd recommend keeping at least two. Now over in here, got a little Fisker's brush saw. It's old, but it serves its purpose. It still works good. I also recommend keeping at least a small hatchet or camp axe for dealing with brush or obstacles like that are in your path. Up here I've got this one's a Stilton. It's a cheaper brand, but small little digging shovel. Now getting on down in this box, I've got a Walmart bag here. I've got some electrical tape and various spools of different size and gauge wire, some quick connectors. There's some wire nuts, and here's a pre-made harness for lights or other accessories. It's got a relay and fuse in line with it. Going along with that, got a multimeter. My fiance picked this bag up for me, but it's just a little tool bag I can keep different things in. Got a ratcheting screwdriver, set of Allen keys, some Torx bits of different sizes, pair of MIG pliers, but I like them because they're the needle point, various screwdrivers, a 1/2 inch drive ratchet. I've got my extensions for my breaker bar over on the side, and then just some various other tools down in it like vice grips and pliers. And up here in this little clear tote, I've got my old set of 3/8 inch drive sockets and ratchet, and my 1/4 inch drive sets in there too. And in this box I got some various 1/2 inch drive sockets, just kind of loose in there. In this box I've got my full set of impact sockets, my deep wells that go with my breaker bar. Full set from I think 1/2 inch or 3/8 all the way up to 1 1/4 inch. Moving on, I have a second set of 1/4 inch drive. It's a Stanley set, needs to be greased, but I'm missing my 11mm somewhere. In this little Plano tackle box, I've got my mixed set of wrenches and adjustable, some different like gear drives and stuff like that down in here. Nothing special, nothing fancy, but it does its job. Got a couple of boxes, got some various screws in it, Phillip head screws and flathead screws. Here I've got some small light duty bolts for securing gear and stuff. Like these are what I use to hold my fire extinguisher mounts and stuff up with, so got some extra ones of those. Moving on, I've got a set of Stanley Torx socket things. Goes with the breaker bar or the ratchet. I bought them originally to do a lift kit with because I needed one of them to do the track bar mount with, so I just went ahead and bought a whole set. I'm not gonna pull it out, but I've got my breaker bar back there with 3/4 inch socket on it for my wheels. Now, I've got a box inside of a box. In here, I've got various fluids and spare parts. This needs to be down inside there. I got extra battery cable, extra 1/4 inch rubber tubing, some grease rags. I've got an extra distributor cap and rotary button, and an extra cam sensor in here, or crank sensor, one of the two, can't remember which. A couple of funnels for fluids, a couple of quarts of ATF, some power steering fluid, and there's a bottle of brake fluid. I usually have a gallon or 2 of water thrown in here also, but I ended up having to use them in the truck the other day, so I've got to refill them. They're up in the front. They're empty right now. Got a couple of wrenches back here in the corner for my tow hitch and stuff. Got 1 1/4, and the other wrench is 1 1/8 and something else. If I can't fix a breakdown with what tools I keep in here, I've got bigger problems than that. Alright, with the power of movie magic, I got everything back in its place. We're going to close this box up and move over to some of the other gear. Now over here beside that box, I have an 8,000-pound cable winch puller. Don't really recommend using that for recovery, like, you know, if you're stuck. I've done it before and it will work, but it's a little sketchy, so I keep it in here in case we have to winch anything like off a trail, or you know, like a log or something, and we can't get around it, or the only way to pull it's from the back side that we can't get to, so I keep that in here. Now moving up into the back seats, this thing's a mess, but up under the seat I've got my 42-inch high lift jack. It's just a Harbor Freight brand farm jack. It works pretty good, not any trouble out of it, and it fits perfectly under the back seats. Alright, so I'm going to move on into this little survival bag, if you want to call it that. Down here in the front pocket, I've got a flashlight, some batteries, and there's a small fire kit. It's just got some weatherproof matches, some fire tinder, jute twine, and a ferrocerium rod. Over here, I've got a set of neoprene type gloves with a rubber grip on them. This side pocket, I've got some 55-gallon drum liners, garbage bags. Come in handy if you gotta fix something and it's muddy, you don't want to be laying down in the mud. Up here in the front pocket, got a reusable rain poncho. Used it a couple times fishing. Ziploc bag with some gloves in it, some nitrile gloves. Some 1,100-pound paracord. A anchor rope for my kayak and raft boat, and then water bottle. Now moving into the big pocket, got my 1-person travel hammock. It's nice to string up between a tree and the back of the Jeep and just relax. I keep an extra set of shoes in here. These are just they're like minimalist shoes, water shoes, whatever you want to call them. Use them when I'm in muddy areas or out on the bank fishing and stuff. In here I've got a change of clothes. It's got a pair of pants, like ripstop type pants, a t-shirt, and 2 pair of socks wadded up in it. I keep my little Stanley single walled stainless steel cup. I can boil water in it if I need to, as long as you pull the lid off of it. The lid's plastic, so it'd probably be a bad idea to use that on it. And then I keep a couple of bottles of water down at the bottom. And as far as my survival pack goes, that's about all I keep in it. Now that we've covered what's in these boxes and bag, we'll move on over here to the little storage bin. I've got extra dog leash for when I take my dog with me. My boxer likes to ride along, so I keep extra leash of hers back here. I've got one of these army pouches with a folding camp shovel in it, and then a army style flashlight that I won't say my brother got it for me, but it clips right onto that panel I made and holds it out of the way, and it's right there when I need it. I keep a fire extinguisher in the back for emergencies. I'm gonna get another one to keep up in the front, like probably mount it to the side of the door on the inside near the kick panel. Now another thing that usually is back here, but not right now, is a good pair of rain boots, like rubber boots or muck boots. And mine aren't back here right now because I'm knee deep in it out here at this property. So they definitely come in handy. So that's just a quick rundown of the gear I keep in here. There's some other stuff I add and take out as I need it, but as general rule of thumb, that's what I keep in here at all times. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Keep checking back for other videos.